During this time of the summer every year, teachers are all across the U.S. are putting in hard work and dedication before students are back in the classrooms.
So to find out what it takes to get the classroom and school years ready, 7 and 4's Alyssa Heron went back to school to find out how the teachers at Westwood Elementary are creating a unique learning environment. Good morning, Alyssa.
Good morning, Brendan and Courtney. Joining me now is Jenny Walter. She's a kindergarten teacher here at Westwoods Elementary. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thanks for coming to my home away from home.
Of course, and you've been really busy. You were telling me earlier, getting ready for all of the kids to come back to school.
Absolutely.
So tell me, what are teachers doing throughout the summer getting ready?
Some of the things that we've been doing is we come in and we have to empty our classroom at the end of the year, and then once it's cleaned, we come back in and we actually put it all back together, and we try to create flow in the classroom so when students go to get materials and supplies, it's easy, it's accessible, and they're independent. So it takes a lot of time to set that up year after year. You're constantly tweaking and we're changing from the year before to make it better. So that's a lot of what we do during this part of the summer. A few other things that we do are we meet often and we discuss our book clubs. We have a book club that is ongoing all summer long, and we meet 4 times during the summer to discuss like curriculum and to discuss new ideas for implementing, well, basically to help student achievement. What can we do every day to increase student achievement and to help our students all feel successful?
Okay, and speaking of curriculum, is anything new this year?
Yeah, actually, we are in our 2nd year of a math pilot called Math in Focus here at Westwoods Elementary School. TCAPS has 2 math pilots going on in, I think, 6 elementary schools. Don't quote me on the number, but a few elementary schools. So we have math expressions and math in focus. And then a few teachers were lucky enough to purchase the Lucy Calkins reading curriculum. So there's been lots of hype about that. Everyone's excited to try new curriculum to try to help those students achieve.
Absolutely. And over here on this table, you kind of set up an example for us of some supplies that you got. Now, I know that teachers spend a lot of their own money to get the school year ready. So how can parents help too?
Well, most classrooms and most schools have supply lists right on their websites, and if you're wondering what to buy your student to help in the classroom, there's usually a suggested supply list, and I will say that it's not required to bring all those things, but if you're in the store and you see markers on sale and that's on the list, grab them. We appreciate anything that can be donated throughout the year, at the beginning of the school year especially, but throughout the year, sanitary wipes, hand sanitizer, lots of glue sticks, anything like that.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And coming up at 6:30, we're going to share a few of Jenny's tips that she uses here in her classroom. Reporting live in Grand Traverse County, Alyssa Heron, 7 and 4 News.
Thanks a lot, Alyssa. And we can tell Jenny is a perfect kindergarten teacher.
She is.
Lots of energy and
smiling,
to keep up with all those kids, yeah.
And has so many materials. And now I was homeschooled back in the day at that age, so I always loved going back into a classroom at that young of an age and just to see what they do to keep kids engaged. So I'm excited for them.
Plus, we're live at Westwoods Elementary in Grand Traverse County. Coming up next, we're speaking with one teacher who's getting her room ready for the school year and has some tips on how you can help your children's transition back into the new year. You're watching 7 and 4 News today.
Good morning, Alyssa.
Good morning, Brendan and Courtney. With us again is Jenny Walter, kindergarten teacher here at Westwood Elementary. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. We're excited you're here.
Of course. Now I heard you and all of the other teachers have been working extremely hard throughout the summer. Tell me what it takes to get your room ready for the new school year.
As soon as we get a phone call back to come to school and that our rooms are clean, we come in and we put all of our furniture back in and we start organizing, trying to create flow in the classroom. How can we help students be successful and independent by having access to the materials, by making basically traffic flow so it's not cluttered and kids don't stumble into each other getting materials. We try to make it a very home environment in our classroom because we spend the majority of our time here, they spend the majority of their time here. So we put a lot of time into the setup of the classroom, the organization of the library, and basically the math materials. I mean, there's a lot of sorting that takes place. I haven't been here a day yet this summer without at least 4 or 5 staff members in this building.
So do you have any words of advice for parents who are transitioning their kids back to school, or if it's their first year?
Sure. If it's your first year, I know it's going to be a high anxiety day, but just know that we'll take great care of those kids. And the best thing you can do is walk them in, give them a hug, tell them you love them, and leave them at the door. We will take care of them. They will fit right in. We'll help them find their place. Another good thing would be to visit the open house before school starts, meet the teacher, explore the classroom, and those sorts of things.
And down here we have some wiggly chairs. Is that what you were calling them?
Yep, they're wiggle seats, yeah.
And so tell me the use of these.
Some of these are used in the classrooms to allow students a little bit more movement, that require a little bit more movement in the classroom, so they feel successful and aren't constantly, getting up or falling over. Just we allow students to stand if necessary as well.
Okay. Now, over on this table, you kind of set up a ton of supplies and this would equal around $200, you would say.
Yeah, this is about what our classroom budget buys every year. It's about $200 worth of supplies, and we're very fortunate because we do put lists on the website, and parents often donate to our classroom to help, the students have enough supplies for the year. But this is about what our budget buys, and we welcome any sort of donation of sanitizing wipes, hand sanitizer, markers, Ziploc bags, you name it, we'll take it.
And you were even saying books. Back here, this is something unique that you have in your classroom.
Yeah, so all the kindergartners in our building take home a take-home book as soon as we start those reading skills so they can practice. And one of the things that parents often don't think about is they have these libraries at home and they're ready to get rid of books. We welcome any book donations. We use them in our classroom. We take them home. The kids love them. So if there are books at home that you have, we'll take them.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning, Jenny. A lot of great advice, and we'll put all of that up on our website at UpNorthLive.com. Reporting live in Grand Traverse County, Alyssa Heron, 7 and 4 News.
All right. Thanks a lot, Alyssa. And it's about that time. Of course, we have a few weeks, although we have some school districts as well, like Baldwin, for example, already in school.
All right.
So.
And where I'm from in Atlanta, they started 3 weeks ago. So
sure.
In Northern Michigan, we have a little bit of time to get things ready. So.
Right, but that's why we're doing this whole week of back to school, because just to get you in that mindset as school is approaching. Yeah.
That's right.